Hello, my name is Ben Alexander and I have autism. And before I get started with my movie review, I just want to let you know, if you haven't seen the movie, please go watch it before I spoil it for you. But if you're looking for a spoiler and you're looking for a movie review before you want to watch it, or you just don't have time to watch it, feel free to watch it. But I know some people don't like spoilers, so I just wanted to make that disclaimer before I spoil the movie. That way you're not left in the dark and angry. So without further ado, let's get into my movie review. So the movie I'm reviewing today is called Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby. And yes, this movie is played by Will Ferrell. Yeah, I was scrolling through Tubi to watch a movie. Tubi's like a free TV app. I'm sure a lot of you have probably heard of it. And I saw it on Tubi. It's like, you know what? That's got Will Ferrell. Let's watch it, because Will Ferrell is one of the funniest guys, especially Elf. I love Elf. It's a funny movie, and he's also in it, probably lots of different famous films. So yeah, it was funny to watch Will Ferrell in the movie. And Will Ferrell's character was Ricky Bobby, the main character. So basically what happens is he wins a lot of races to begin with. You know, life's going good at the beginning. You know, the race goes well, and then he has a crash. And then things completely fall apart. And then at the end, things get better. There was a French guy named Jean Girard. And there was a lot of tension between Ricky Bobby and Jean Girard throughout the movie, but Jean Girard actually wanted Will Ferrell to beat him so he could be free. And and Ricky Bobby has had a lot of family complications. His father was in and out of his life. Luckily, he came back and at least tried to support him, but some of the attempts were kind of bad, I'll be fair. Like, he tried to put a cougar in the car and trying to get Will Ferrell's character, Ricky Bobby, to calm down. So I was like, if they were doing wild stuff, it was just crazy. And obviously it was a comedic film, so yeah, I mean, that's kind of the point of these movies. It is a comedic film. And yeah, I think that was about the synopsis of the movie. And Gene and Ricky Bobby crashed. And then once in the Talladega race, and then they ran on foot. They're like, since both of their cars crashed, and the rest of the race, everybody else crashed. So it was just them two, and they crashed. So Ricky Bobby starts running on foot. So they did a foot race, and then they technically got disqualified. And their friend Carl Naughton Jr., which was the best friend of Ricky Bobby, he ended up winning the race. So, and they had the famous shake and bake combination. And then Ricky Bobby's first wife, which he ended up getting married to her because he was winning a bunch of races, and she was the type of person who went from the best winning race car driver to the next, and then find out that Carl Naughton cheated, or his former wife cheated on with his best friend. So Carl Naughton ended up marrying her after. It was a very confusing situation. It was very hurtful for Ricky Bobby, obviously. You know, you lose your wife to your best friend. That's kind of tough. So yeah, it was an interesting movie for sure. Lots of interesting plot twist. Yeah, there was a lot of family drama as well. I mean, obviously it's a comedy movie, but it does bring attention to how important family is. And having a strong family is very, very important. And at the end, even when things didn't look good for, when Ricky Bobby was down, his kids weren't doing great either. It was just one of those things. And then at the end, everybody was happier and better. It was just kind of the typical, oh, good ending movie, But yeah, I think that's all I had to say. I thought that this was a funny movie. Can't remember a whole lot of cussing, but at the beginning, Ricky Bobby's wife that ended up cheating with him for his best friend, Carl Naughton Jr., she ended up flashing Ricky Bobby, and that's how they got married the first time. So yeah, other than that, I guess it's PG-13. So again, if you're wanting to watch this with a family, I'd be a little bit cautious of that. But if you really don't care about that, like I said, it wasn't too bad. Other than that, I was about the only thing I really noticed. Yeah, I just thought it was a funny movie. And Will Ferrell always makes good movies. So what about you? Have you watched Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby before? I'm looking on my computer. It's got a 72% Rotten Tomatoes rating and a 6.6 out of 10 IMDb rating. And on eBay has a rating, 4.7 out of 5. So it was kind of interesting to kind of look at the ratings for that movie. So yeah, it's very interesting to kind of find out the ratings of the movie. But I thought I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. It was entertaining, that's for sure. But it did get a little confusing to follow along some of the time. It was kind of random, but it was funny. There were parts where it did make me laugh. So yeah, I mean, if you're looking for good entertainment, I'd definitely go watch this movie. And I think that's all I have to say. And yeah, let me know if you've seen this movie in the comments section. And I do appreciate your support in my videos. And I have lots of other videos. I have autism education videos. I have motivational speeches. And obviously I have me reviewing movies for an autistic person. And again, I'm just trying to make a difference and trying to show people the bright side of being autistic. That's all I'm doing here. And I do appreciate your support. And if you've never met me before, I am Ben Alexander, and I do have autism. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.